Hello guys and welcome to another video. The Begode MASTER is out and I gave you my first impressions on the wheel. This time I've asked 3 different New York City riders to test the Begode MASTER and give me their feedback on it. Let's go!
Okay, so first thing, the stock pads is actually hurting my shin. I don't have a shin guard, so every time I try to push it, like I'm hitting it right here and it's sharp. So I'm always like, it hurts. So like for me, like I gotta probably put another pads on it, just so I can torque it. I wasn't able to torque the wheel as much standing because it hurts. And also riding seated is super comfy. It's actually really wide, so when I sit down it's really comfortable. The only thing is it's like super short. If you could see this right here, there's a lot of like arch, and I'm 5'4", so for a taller rider it's probably going to be a bit more difficult riding seated. Also, like when I'm pushing it, like I feel like I have nothing to hold on to, and I feel like I could like fall like this, but I rode it. I was fine. I kind of got used to it a little bit, but not as much, so maybe more riding time I'll feel a lot more comfortable. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the turning, it's a bit weird. It's probably the knobby tires. I'm not used to knobby. I always ride with street tires. So if this was my wheel, I would probably change it to street tire ASAP, just because it's probably a lot better at turning. Right now it's not really that good. Like I really have to like push it, and I feel like it wants to come back straight. So that's that. I rode it seated in traffic. We did the cutout tunnel. I feel like there's more to it. I could push it more, but I wasn't that comfortable yet. So I did about 47, I think. I set my alarm for 85% PWM, and it was beeping. So I slowed down. I'm not used to the wheel, but like if I get more comfortable, I'll probably push it over 50. I don't know if I can push 60, but that's probably close to, it's probably cut out. It's freaking tall. So yeah, look at that. So like first time getting on the wheel, like I feel like I have to jump on it. Look at that, it's up to here. So and it doesn't go down that much either. So I'm about 150, so trolley handle is good. I didn't really use it, but it's probably one of the better trolley handles Gotway has. Going over bumps and everything is actually, I don't feel it. So I feel like I'm just riding, and I can just focus on the road without worrying about bumps and stuff. And actually, once I got more comfortable, I'm just like hitting bumps and it's like nothing. So yes or no? Probably yes. If it holds up like over time, You know, I'm not sure what issues comes up later on, but so far so good. The tire is terrible, and it's terrible in a way that like going straight is decently fine, but then when you turn pretty much at all, the tire, like, so you're going straight, and then if you were to turn at all of a sudden that turn smooths up into a certain point, and then it just drops. So it's like you just have like you're turning and then you just go, and that's both sides, and that really inhibits my experience here. As far as power, I can tell it was very powerful, and very torquey and high speeds. We took it on the West Side Highway. It was very good for highways, I can tell, while having the torque. But yeah, I'd love to try it again once the new tire gets on. And I think it'd be a lot better experience. Pretty much any other tire. And otherwise, it feels good. It wasn't too heavy. I was kind of worried about it being too heavy, but then it was decently light. The power was very good. The torque was very good. We took it on the West Side Highway, so we got to torque it up and get to higher speeds. But as far as the wheel itself, the pedals, great that they're including that. I love that. The pads, they're not too restrictive. So I think they're like, honestly, I hate pads in general, but if I were to have pads, I think I'd have these. The seat is very comfortable, but I feel like I'm pretty short, like I'm like 5'8", and it's still pretty like uncomfortable for me. It feels like I'm leaning slightly a bit too forward. But the main thing is like it's too low. Like the pedal clearance, the pedals are right here, the seat's right here. You're like squatting a lot, even for someone my height. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. I'm 5'8", and it's still a little uncomfortable. Pedals are great. The suspension, great. I think it's perfect because it's so similar to the EX, and that it's like just a bump dampening, and it's not like a full suspension like the V11. I really don't like the V11 suspension, but this feels great. Suspension feels great. Otherwise, I think this is a pretty solid wheel, especially for the price. The screen is like super nice. Has everything you need on it. Yeah, no, I love this wheel. I think I might be getting one. Yes, I just need to swap the tire out, and then it's perfect. As long as it doesn't combust down the road. But yeah, no, I like the wheel. It's got a lot of torque and a lot of speed, I can tell. I just don't have to worry about cutting out. Like that's something like my veteran Sherman, my daily rider. My veteran Sherman is my daily rider, and I never have to worry about cutting out on it. And this is kind of the first like Begode wheel that I don't have to worry about cutting out with. I guess I've had like mid-range Begode wheels in the past, but this is my first like high performance one that I think I'd be purchasing. But yeah, no, I love it. It's very powerful. Like you can feel the power, definitely.
Speed is crazy. Took it up to almost 48 miles an hour, 47.85. For a high torque wheel, and I'm 220 pounds. To me, that's definitely a statement. The pads I'm not a fan of, just because it does force my foot a little further forward than I'd like to. It's not a particularly hard wheel to maneuver if you're used to something like the EX. It still has that 20-inch wheel feel, 18 to 20 inches. The height of it is good. I would compare it to a Nikola Monster Pro as far as how high it comes up on the leg. To me, that's comfortable. I like the wheel to be there. I think the suspension is great. It just ate up everything. I went over some stuff on purpose. We hit that pothole earlier. It's nice to know that it, you know, I barely felt it. It was really more the wheel bottomed out. But I hit some stuff today that I couldn't believe how smooth the ride was. If you want a cruiser, I think that this is going to be a beautiful cruiser. Be able to hit speeds, be able to go fast, and just have a comfortable ride, to be honest. Definitely a yes for this wheel. I probably am going to, it's one of those wheels that I'd probably buy, try it out on my own, set it up the way that I would like it, and get a feel for it more. But I think that if anyone is considering any suspension wheel, this is definitely it. And then as far as speed goes, to be able to go the speeds that I was going on a high torque motor, I didn't feel like it was giving up at any point. It really was able to keep me up with no issue. I beeped only from low battery, never from speed. It was just, for me it's a yes, definitely.
I hope you enjoyed this feedback from these New York riders about the Begode Master. If you did, please like and subscribe, because it was not an easy task to follow these guys. I leave you with some bonus footage, and I see you next time.
So I did about 47, I think. Oh shit! Oh, it went down. Oh shit! That's fun. That's what you get racing.